What is the basic difference between viruses and bacteria? Many times we will feel that we will have a bacterial infection and we will take antibiotic. But the infection will persist and this medicine will not benefit us, or this medicine will not cure us because we may have viral infection. So the drug or the medicine which we are taking for bacterial infection will not work on viruses. Why is it so? Let us see the difference between them. So all viruses live inside host cell, whereas bacteria rarely do. Now, how the viruses will work? For example, this is our cell. As the viruses are come in contact with our cell, they will get inside our cell and they will use our cell. Here this is a virus and they will use our cell. This is a healthy cell. This is a healthy cell and this cell has an infection of the virus. Once the virus will come inside, it will use all the metabolic process of our cell. It will use all the material of our cell to multiply themselves like this. They will multiply once they will come into our cell. So the process what they are using or the material what they are using, everything belongs to us, or we can say that they are using our body system to multiply themselves because they are using our cell as a host cell. Whereas bacteria, they have their own cell, and suppose if this is our cell, then bacterial cell will be clearly different compared to us. So as you can see, these are varieties of bacterial cell, whereas this is our cell. So bacterial cells are clearly different. They will not use our cell as a host cell. They are not using our body system, our mechanism for their multiplication. Whereas viruses do not have their own cell wall, once they will enter into our cell, they are using our body system, our mechanism, our cell to multiply. So once they will multiply, their cell structure are exactly same like ours. So it is very difficult to identify for our body that whether that this cell got infection of the virus or not. So this is the basic difference of the bacterial infection and viral infection. Now let us get into the detail and understand the theory. All viruses live inside host cell, whereas bacteria very rarely do. Because bacteria, mostly all the bacteria are having their own cell. Viruses, bacteria and fungi multiply very quickly while worms multiply very slowly in comparison because worms are multicellular, whereas viruses, bacteria and fungi are single cell creature. Taxonomically, all bacteria are closely related to each other. So as we have seen, viruses and bacteria are different. So many important life processes are similar in bacteria group, but not within virus. As a result, drug that block one of this life process in one member of group is likely to be effective against many other members of the group, because this bacteria are following certain life process. They will multiply in certain pathways, or some metabolic processes are similar and that will be similar among them. So when we are attacking them on those metabolic process, their multiplication will be stopped or we can harm them as we know the path that they are using. But the same drug will not work against the microbe belonging to a different group. But this is only possible when the group will be same, because within the same group they are following the same processes. So if they are belong to same group, then same drug will work on them. But if group will differ, then same drug will not work on that because their metabolic process or their pathways will differ. Now let us understand with this example that action of antibiotic drug. How antibiotic drug will affect us or will cure us from bacterial infection. So they commonly block biochemical pathways. So they are attacking on biochemical pathways of bacteria. So they are attacking on bacterial biochemical pathway. How? Many bacteria, for example, make cell wall to protect themselves. The antibiotic penicillin block the bacterial process that build the cell wall. As a result, growing bacteria becomes unable to make a cell wall and die easily. So this penicillin is an antibiotic drug which we are using to cure bacterial infection. So how this will work? It will break the cell wall of the bacteria. So bacteria will not be able to make a cell wall and eventually they will die. So they will stop multiplying so that we can control the infection. And why this penicillin will not affect us? Because human cell don't make cell wall. So penicillin cannot have such effect on us. Yes, we do feel some of the side effect like gastric or some acidity or something like that, but they will not affect us. They will not harm us at cell level. They are only attacking bacteria when we are taking as medicine. Penicillin will have this effect on any bacteria that use such processes of making cell wall. Similarly, many antibiotics work against many species of bacteria rather than simply working against one. So all the bacteria who all are making cell wall, upon them we can take penicillin and we can cure our infection. But viruses are not following this particular pathway. Viruses do not use this pathway at all. So even if we will take any of the antibiotic or penicillin, it will not cure our infection because they are not making any cell wall. So even though we are taking a medicine, our infection will not go. So that is the reason why antibiotics do not work against viral infection.